Hey, this is Dow Too Fast here, and in this video I will be replacing this rear view camera which I installed about maybe 6-7 years ago. It's a wireless one and it really didn't work that well, a lot of interference. So I'm going to be removing this old one here and replacing it with a wired one. So I went on eBay and picked up this 4.3-inch LCD display here and also this rear view camera. So let me show you what's inside. So anyways, this is the 4.3-inch LCD with the cabling inside, and also here is the rear view camera. Comes with a long wire so you can run it from the back to the front of the car. Power cable. And this is the camera itself. Very small, very compact. So before I installed this new camera and the LCD screen, I ran a quick test. Basically I wired both the camera and the LCD to my 12 volt power supply here and did a quick test. Powers up. LCD screen looks good. Camera looks good. So loosen this side. You don't have to remove the whole thing. Loosen this side so you can get access to the wire. Then for the rubber seal, basically just pull on the rubber seal and remove this. Pull around. Again, you don't have to remove the whole thing, just the side you need to work on. Pull the rest here. Now over here you got these plastic strap hooks here. Carefully get a needle nose and loosen that. That'll come right off. And then there's another one down below here. Over here with this bottom piece, basically there are clips behind it and clips underneath here. So pull it out this way first. On the side panel, basically just pull it back to release the clips. You also need to pull out this tube here, this rubber tube, and then you get access and feed the wire from the back hatch into the car. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the long RCA cable and feed it through this rubber tube here and into the back hatch here. Now I do have the old wiring here, so I'm going to use that to help me guide that through, but if not, basically you can use a screwdriver or a coat hanger and feed it through. I mean, the length of this is not very long, so it's not that difficult. So there you go. So out this end. What you want to do next is basically put the camera where you want it, and then once it's lined up, mark the hole. And then we'll go ahead and mount the camera with the 2 screws that came with the camera. So that's what the camera looks like with it mounted. Now we're going to need to pass this RCA into the car. So there's really no easy way about it on this vehicle. Some other vehicles you might be able to find a bigger hole, but I'm going to have to use a step-up uni bit and put a hole right in the middle here, and then feed this wire through. Now another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slip a piece of tape in here just to give it a little bit of smoother edge. So when the wire is not going to keep rubbing on it. To close up that hole, I got some ducting aluminum tape. You can get these at Home Depot. I'm going to cut a piece off. And I'm going to cover the hole with this tape. Now one thing I just realized is this cable I brought from the inside of the car to the hatch here is an RCA cable. I have this cable, which inside has two conductors. One is going to be for your reverse 12 volt, and the other one's going to be ground. And we'll run this in parallel with this cable here. Now that you have the wires fed, you can go ahead and close up the grommet that goes to the rubber holes here. And then we'll carefully feed the wires. So go ahead and route the wires along here and use some tie wraps to tie to the existing wires. Now I want to point out the 20-foot RCA cable also has this red lead. Now on both sides there is this red wire, and this carries you can use it to carry your reverse 12 volt, and that's what I'm going to use it for. But I'm going to bring in my own power, which I ran. Remember I said I ran the wire for the video, and then also ran a power cable. So this power cable is going to go back into the car and connect to the reverse 12 volt. So what I'm going to do is that this wire that goes back into the car and connect to the reverse 12 volt, it's going to power, I'm going to connect the red to the red here. It's going to power the camera, and also I'm going to tap this wire from the RCA cable onto the 12 volt also here. And this wire that will run all the way to the front of the car is going to get the reverse 12 volt to the LCD screen. So that's how I'm going to power everything using the reverse light here. Okay? Okay, now that everything is connected, go ahead and plug the power to the power connector on the camera. And using tie wrap, I'll secure the wire back here. So at this point, the camera installation is done. We just got to put the cover back on. Now that the hatch is put back together, I'm going to go ahead and route the wires along the side here into the car. Okay, let me talk about what I'm going to do here. Now, because I had a previous reverse camera, I already tapped the reverse light on the back of this car, and that's what this blue wire is. And all I did last time was to basically pull this light out. You have the wiring harness, and you'll need a voltmeter. Okay, you're going to need a voltmeter and probe the wire that goes to the reverse light. Okay, you need to basically probe it. So one is going to be on the wire and one is going to be on ground. And that's how you read the 12 volt. And you're going to have someone help you put the car in reverse. And then once it's in reverse, then you'll see that there's 12 volt on the wire. So I brought this wire in and it goes straight to that wire on the reverse. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is at the ground, I'm going to basically tap a ring terminal like you see here, and then screw it onto the side of the car. That will give me the ground. And again, the red wire is going to be the reverse 12 volt that connects to the backup reverse lights wiring. Okay, so here you see the power wire. The ground is tapped into the chassis of the car, and I tapped the reverse camera's power 12 volt into the reverse wire that I pulled. So the next thing you need to do is the other end of the RCA cable is to run this cable along the inside of the car and all the way to the front of the vehicle. Now, to get the wire from here all the way over behind the third row, you can use like a coat hanger like I'm doing here, and this just put the coat hanger all the way down to the bottom here and pull it through, and that's what I've done here. So here's the RCA. At this point, you can go ahead and close everything up at the back. Now here I'm at the side door, and with most cars, these side steps you can basically pull up. There are clips on it. You can just remove it. Now when you get the wire to the B pillar, that's a pillar right behind the driver's seat. This panel typically is quite difficult to take out because the seat belt is also anchored here. So what I typically do is just tuck it underneath, stick your finger underneath and tuck the wire underneath so that it's out of the way, and just run this all the way to the front door. And then put the panel back on when you're done. Just feed the wire, follow the bundle of wire that is already there. Now on the A pillar, basically what you want to do is pull on the weather stripping here all the way up. And then over here, again, there will be clips. Just want to get your hand in there and pull it to release the clips. As you can see with this RCA cable, it's too short. I'm sure if it was installed in a sedan, then this cable is probably long enough, but I have to bring this all the way up on the A pillar, all the way up here. And the LCD wire is not very long. So what I have here is an extension cable. Basically is one RCA cable with an adapter in the middle, which will allow me to connect this end to that end and extend this video output cable all the way up to the LCD monitor. The other thing I need to extend is going to be the reverse 12 volt, that red wire that was hooked up at the back, and I'm going to extend that up to the A pillar also. underneath the dash, I'm going to find a ground. Usually you'll find a bolt of some sort, or you can tap your own ground underneath the dash, and that'll be my ground. So that will complete the connection. I have the video, which is the yellow RCA. The red cable is my reverse 12 volt, and then my ground, and that's all that's needed to complete the wiring. So I ran the wire up through this groove, make sure to tuck it in so it doesn't get pinched, all the way up here. And I also ran the extension power cable. I have the ground and the reverse 12 volt, and up here is the extension for the video RCA. So I've decided to mount the LCD display above the rear view mirror. So the back here on the base, there is a double-sided tape. Just peel the backing off and stick it on. So right now I'm just tucking all the wires up top on the headliner, and then close this off, and that's it. So let me test it out. It's pretty late outside, so it's dark outside, and this test will give you an idea how well the camera works. So I'll put it in reverse, and it illuminates probably a good 15 feet there. And the camera came on pretty quickly. Put it in park, turns off. Let me put it back in reverse again. So it comes on pretty quickly. Now let me give you another look of the camera at the back. It's very low profile. It looked like it's a factory camera. And one thing I didn't mention earlier is that the camera and the LCD that I bought is from eBay, but different sellers. I bought it like that because I wanted to get the lowest price. The camera I paid about $12, and the LCD display I paid $20. If you buy it as a kit, usually it'll be a little more expensive. So just be aware of that. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment below. And if you like the video, please subscribe. Thank you.